Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 114 of the Everything Moto Racing podcast. I hope you've had a great week, as always. I am joined once again by the lovely Cameron. How you doing?
Lovely, that's me.
Oh, lovely Cameron.
I'm very lovely, aren't I?
He's so lovely. He's so lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. Yeah.
I'm sure many, any listeners will be tuning out right about now and thinking, God, what is this?
Yeah, whoops.
Anyway,
I
yeah.
have that charm of turning people away from the podcast.
No Lauren this week, unfortunately.
No, again, we've not got it for a few weeks, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's a bit
busy,
sad.
like,
I mean,
having a life and stuff, which, I mean,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, like what is that? Sorry, can't relate.
Excuse me, yeah.
My life is MotoGP, hell yeah. But
I don't even have that, but anyway.
No. So, we've got a few big bombshells to talk about, but including some rumours of Maverick Vinales and Fabio Quartararo.
Oh?
With a very interesting Insta post. I'm
Oh.
going to put that in the thing so we can talk about that. So, the big bombshell this week is finally, it was confirmed that Marc Marquez will leave Honda at the end of the year, breaking an 11-year relationship with 59 victories and 101 podiums, and 6 world champions together.
It's like you say, we saw it coming. Really, I think it was getting to the point where we're like, right, it's happening.
Yeah.
It's still big news. It's still a shock. It's still one of these things where you're like, God, like it's actually, like because you get caught up in the hype and everything, but then, when something like this does actually then happen, you're like, geez, oh, okay, here we go. This is some big, and it's the fact that it was mid-contract as well, not just it wasn't a split at the end of a current contract. It was a buyout or whatever's happened.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So that just adds to the shock factor, shall we say?
Yes.
I'm excited though. No official news on where it's going, shall I say? I think we all kind of know what's happening.
I have some info.
Yes, please.
Kind of. But I have some info. Right? So I mentioned the group chats between us in the Everything Moto Racing thing that there is a little bombshell I had to drop on the podcast. So, motociclismo.es have reported that Marc Marquez had the opportunity to sign for Pramac to ride an official Ducati next year. But the condition that Paolo Campignotti put was that he had to ride for them for 2 years. He had to sign a 2-year contract, and Marquez did not accept it.
Oh.
So the rumour is he will ride for Gresini, as we know, on a 1-year contract, because the rumours that are continuing to circle Marc Marquez is that in 2025 he will sign and ride for KTM. Imagine that. He goes from only riding Honda to then potentially winning the championship next year and the year after with 3 different manufacturers. That would shut everyone up that's like, oh, he can only do it with one bike.
I mean, it absolutely would. I mean, all indicators say that he certainly could win the title on a Ducati next year. And then you gotta say the KTM looks capable as well with the right rider on it. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it certainly would be one for the history books, and maybe that's his like final haymaker, I suppose, just to be like, do you know what? I am, well, by the time 2025 rolls around, he'll be what, 32?
Yeah,
which is getting to the end of a MotoGP's rider's career, shall we say? So he's maybe going to say, while he's still got it, if he can do something that likely probably wouldn't be done again, if he can maybe do that, then yeah.
Well, it's Marquez is always in and around that GOAT debate with everybody, mainly the excuse of why he's not the GOAT being that he hasn't done it on multiple manufacturers, whatever. If he theoretically was to leave Honda, win on a Ducati next year, and then win on a KTM the year after, not only would he surpass Valentino Rossi, he'd become the first rider in the modern era to win a championship on 3 different bikes, and to do it back to back with Ducati and KTM, would, I think, catapult him straight, not to the top of the GOAT debate, because I don't actually think there is a GOAT, because you can't compare Capirossi to Hayward to Rossi to Marquez, because they're all different eras.
Different
and bikes,
eras, yeah. Yep.
Marquez would, his shall we say, claim to the top of the throne would be strengthened
and
quite significantly.
I mean, then there will likely always be the claim of, well, I guess like Rossi's always got that. So he's the only rider to win back-to-back races on different manufacturers. Rins had a chance this year, couldn't do it, but Honda, being Honda,
He did do it third racing though, didn't he?
I know, he came close, but is what it is. But Valencia quite often throws out unexpected results. It can rain, and well, we've seen Marquez is still pretty handy in the rain, even on the Honda. Could happen. We could have a wet Valencia where Marquez takes the win, and then he could jump onto the Gresini Ducati, which won the opening round last year at Qatar, with Bastianini on it. Who knows? Who knows? That could happen. But then also, similarly, between the 24 and 25 season, he could win on the Ducati and then the KTM first round. Who knows? But
which would be nuts.
It would be absolutely wild. But I think you're right. It would certainly give a lot more ammunition to GOAT status.
Yeah.
Shall we say?
Yeah.
Hard to argue with, really. And I'm really excited to see what he can do on a Ducati if/when he jumps on one.
Yeah, that's it.
Certainly going to breathe a bit of life back into the championship, shall we say. Overall, just the paddock.
Yeah, 100%. And it's just weird because it feels a bit surreal. It's genuinely, we are living in history in MotoGP. You know, like when Valentino Rossi left Yamaha for Ducati or left Honda for Yamaha, it was monumental. It was such a big thing. And the fact that Marquez has been on a Honda for 11 years now, to leave is huge. And he's leaving without any of his team members. Ducati and Gresini have said no. So all Santi and all that, they're staying at Honda or wherever, if Honda continue to employ them, that is. And will not follow him wherever he goes, which is even more of a thing, because he put that thing on Instagram and basically said that he is leaving and going alone. So he must have been so desperate. So desperate to leave the guys who've been there since he was on the 125. To step into the unknown is monumental again.
Well, the thing is, he has to take this step now, because like we say, he's getting older for a GP rider, and he can't afford to, shall we say, wait for Honda to turn things around. Because I mean, it took Ducati a decade, really, to have a consistently race winning bike. I mean, you're not like, unless you're Danny Pedrosa, you're not still or Rossi even. You're not gonna continue fighting at the sharp end when you're late 30s, even 40s. So. I mean, I dare say like Marc Marquez could, but not on that Honda. Especially, I don't think he would go injury-free long enough for another 5-10 years on a Honda as well, while they refine the package, so to speak. Be interesting to see what Honda can do when all these regulations change in 2027, but we've talked about that a lot.
We have.
I saw a thing earlier as well. In fact, it was literally just before we came in the pod. I don't know if you've seen it. It was someone tweeted, can't remember, or X'd, whatever you call it these days. It was about how someone was speaking to a Ducati engineer in the paddock in March at Portimao, and they said if Quartararo or Marc Marquez get on one of these bikes, I think the quote was something like, they won't see The paddock won't see which
Cal
way they
Crutchlow
went.
said it, didn't he?
But I don't
know,
think
yeah,
it
I know
was
who you mean.
Crutchlow. Yeah, because they said
Yeah.
like Quartararo or Marquez, if either one of them gets on a Ducati, the paddock won't see which way they went, i.e. they'll just be
Yes.
another level compared to everyone else. Which, if someone, like we were saying last week about Crutchlow knowing Marquez's data inside out and saying he'd be untouchable in the Ducati, if someone knows a Ducati even better, and kind of confirms that thesis as well, but then we do always again talk about how things are just never just 1 + 1 = 2 in this sport.
Yeah.
It's
Especially in this sport.
yeah,
Well, we thought Enea Bastianini would be challenged for a championship this year, and
look what's happened. Sure, he's had injury,
Yeah.
but we
yeah,
probably expect a bit more of him by now. Because
Mm.
although he's
Oh,
injured
yeah.
again, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been out for a few more rounds so, since Catalonia, hasn't he?
Has he? Do you know what? That's how sort of disappointing he's been almost, because he's been so mid-pack since he came back. I haven't even noticed he was gone since Catalonia. That's
wild,
bad.
isn't it?
Should not be having that from a red Ducati. Jeez.
No.
Jeez.
It was the Marquez Quartararo thing, by the way, is Matt Oxley who tweeted it.
Right. My bad.
And he spoke to a Ducati engineer who told me, if Marquez or Quartararo get on one of these, no one will see which way they went. And obviously, that's from a Ducati engineer.
Yeah.
And the fact that Bezzecchi's on a year-old bike battling for the championship, or was, until he broke his collarbone, that
That's sad.
tells all, really. And the fact that Bastianini was a year-old bike last year and was 3rd overall,
Yeah.
again,
It shows
tells all,
it's
really.
fine margins. Whichever Ducati you're on, you've got a chance, basically. And if your name's Marc Marquez, you maybe have more of a chance. But I'm excited to see what an 8-time world champion can do on, quote-unquote, the best bike on the grid.
Yes, me too. I absolutely cannot wait.
Yeah, buzzing.
But on to another rider who had their contract confirmed this week. Finally, Pedro Acosta will be a MotoGP rider in GasGas colours next year at the expense of Paul Espargaro.
Do we know
will
how
become a test
Paul feels about this new
He's on Instagram
deal?
said that he's quite happy with it, understood because of his progress and lack of progress this year because of his injury and things like that. KTM basically are going to make him a test rider next year.
Mm-hmm.
He'll do at least 6 Grand Prix, I believe, multitude of wildcards at least, and then the goal is to put him on the grid again in 2025, with KTM trying to buy 2 more seats.
Interesting. It seems like it almost feels... Not that KTM would do this, but it almost feels like they're kicking the can down the road a little bit, doesn't it? Cross that bridge when we come to it. But who knows? Like maybe Acosta will end up getting snapped up by some factory Ducati or something. But
Potentially.
because I guess has he got a 2-year contract, Acosta? What's the deal?
No, so I believe because he signed it years ago, 2 years in Moto2 and then a MotoGP heat in 24. Unless that's changed, which I don't know, his contract will run out at the end of next year. So KTM will be maybe trying to do their best to keep him under the KTM banner by the end of next year. He's been with KTM a long time. He was Red Bull Rookies champion, Moto3 champion with KTM. Then obviously Moto2 last year, Rookie of the Year with KTM. Probably going to win the championship this year with KTM. And then we'll be in KTM's umbrella next year. So although his contract runs out at the end of next year, I genuinely believe he would be quite loyal to KTM because he had no cash. Like, he was a pretty poor rider. You know, he didn't really come from much. And KTM, he was meant to ride, when he did that rookie Moto3 season, he was meant to ride for the Bristol squad. They even announced him and everything, press release, everything.
Right.
And then KTM swapped him and were like, no, we're putting you in the factory squad.
Oof.
Like, his career could have gone completely sideways at Bristol. We don't know. Bezzecchi did well at Bristol, but his career could have had a completely different turn. But because KTM stepped in and were like, no, we're putting you on the best team, and now look where he is. And I think that he owes KTM a bit more time, I would think. They've done so much to him, got him to MotoGP. I think it would be unjust and bad, I guess, to maybe leave at the end of next year. That's just my opinion anyway.
I think potentially if Jack has another season like he's having, then it's going to be almost a shootout between Augusto and Pedro for that factory KTM seat in 2025.
Oh yeah.
But then I have very linear, simple thinking, so I don't know if you've got other thoughts than that, but I'm but a simple man. That's just where I'm at with it.
Well, if KTM get that extra seat,
well,
there's actually 2 seats. Marquez could just reunite with Paul Spargo at Husqvarna.
I don't see why it would be different next year though. Like, why? Because Dorna were like pretty firm. Like, no, you're not. So like, why?
Yeah, because they had another meeting at the most recent race in Japan, and KTM were like, no, Dorna were like, no.
Yeah, so like, I don't understand what would change. Are they expecting to have more money? Because Dorna likes money.
They do indeed.
But I don't know. I can't see what would change unless a Ducati team gets sacrificed. Like, say VR46 do end up running Yamahas or something. And then there's 6 Ducatis on the grid, maybe 6 KTMs, 4 Yams, 4 Hondas, 4 Aprilias. Feels a little less Ducati Cup-ish, doesn't it?
It does.
Who knows? We'll see. There's more exciting things to happen in the next year, though, before we start worrying about how many KTMs are on the grid for 2025.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot of exciting stuff this year, and there's, for once, Ducati are in a bit of a sticky situation now at the moment, because Luca Marini is injured with a broken collarbone. Marco Bezzecchi broke his collarbone over the weekend and now may or may not race and will be confirmed in the next now 24 hours to 36 hours of the time of recording about if he may race. Then Enea Bastianini is out, of course.
Yep.
And so then you're like, oh, well, at least Michele Pirro could ride. But I don't know if you saw what happened.
No, I didn't. I've seen comments about it being madness, though.
Oh, it was controversial. I'll send you the video after the thing. Basically, Lorenzo Zanetti and Michele Pirro were fighting for the CIV Superbike Championship.
Oh, right, okay.
Zanetti won the first race, and so then it was... I think Zanetti just had to finish second to win the championship, regardless of whatever. Pirro was leading the race, and... Zanetti was behind Pirro, overtook third. I think it was Alessandro Del Bianco in third. So then but in that same overtake, he was closing in fast on Pirro and would have gone way off track. Probably it would have sent him down pit lane, I think. That was the trajectory he was going. It was that far off kind of thing.
Yeah.
He could have... I don't know. I don't ride these bikes. I don't know the speeds. But for somebody with the reaction time of that, I would have thought he could pull sideways, pull to the right, and go down pit lane. But no. Instead, he rode and clipped the rear wheel of Pirro and knocked them both off. And that won Zanetti the championship straight there. Because Pirro got a DNF, which confirms Zanetti champion. Now, the Barney squad straight away said they're cheating. He did that on purpose. And there's so much controversy about it. And I don't know where I sit on the pond. I'm just viewing and observing what I see. But
interesting. Yeah, I wonder what the data suggests there. Because you'd be able to tell from like brake pressures and everything, like whether there was... the ability for a highly trained rider to avoid a collision there.
Yeah, because I can understand getting sucked in, because like Tommy Bridewell gets sucked in, Donington, but then
oh god, let's not go there again.
Oh god, but surely he would have been able to evade it and go right. I've seen so many clips of it, and it's but Pirro is a hero because he crashed, of course, got up, ran to his bike, picked his bike up and finished the race with a destroyed visor. You can barely see out of his visor, and a broken ankle, and I think fractured fibula. So he was running around on a broken fibula.
Adrenaline's a hell of a drug, isn't it? Jeez, oh.
Yeah. And changing gears and like leaning over. Unreal.
What? Like, I get out of bed wrong and that's me done for the week. I can't function. I can't
Piro's
move.
like 36. Like, Piro's not a young guy. Like,
I mean,
how old is he?
You're making, if you're like,
he's 37.
I'm not far behind him. Yeah,
He's
jeez, oh.
37 and he's still got that.
Wow. Interesting. I want to see some footage and see what happens here. I take it like nothing official has been, like, investigations been launched or anything. So just sort of like, that's it.
Nothing.
That's the result. That's what happened. That's racing.
Yeah.
And then the
Pretty much,
the
like, that's the result.
get to
Bang.
just go home. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Zanetti champion, bash done. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Excellent. To the pub.
Yeah, it's just weird. But so that means Piro is out as well. So Ducati have 4 riders out. The only riders that need to be replaced are Bastianini and Marini, because they were more than 10 days towards the race.
Yeah.
So theoretically, although there are 4 injured riders, one of them was only replacing Bastianini, so there are 3 spots there. Bezzecchi's was within 10 days of the Grand Prix, so it's fine. So they only really have 2 spots to fill. One of them I would assume would be Danilo Petrucci.
Yeah, you'd think. He's not going to win the Superbike title, so...
And they're not racing this weekend either, which is good.
Uh-huh.
So there's just one more seat that needs to be filled if Marini doesn't ride. I have no idea what they put on it.
Well,
maybe Bautista could do it.
Yeah, I mean, his title's basically wrapped up, isn't it? I want to be really fun and say that there's someone who, like, owns the team that Marini rides for, and is very closely related and has a bit of experience on a motorcycle that might be able to do it. That would be...
It'd be lovely, wouldn't it? It would be amazing. On a Ducati as well, like a Phantom, but
I would love it to come in.
He's a Yamaha ambassador.
He is a Yamaha ambassador, but I don't know.
But it would be amazing.
Rossi does what he wants, doesn't he? Like,
he does.
Yeah, that would be great, but I don't know. I mean, if, like, I can give them my number. Okay, if you could pass that on, like, I'll have a go.
Yeah, I'll pass it on.
Yeah,
I'll speak to Valentino for you.
I can maybe, like, just get into that 107% rule or whatever it's called. I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't think I'd be more than that.
Give it a crack. Yeah. Give it a crack, like.
Oh, I know who's really deserving of it. Jake Dixon.
To be fair, like, he's probably not going to win the championship in Moto 2.
No, probably
so
not.
I would be tempted to give him a shot, or Celestino Vietti.
Well, I mean, that would make sense, wouldn't it? As well.
He's a VR46 Riders Academy rider, after all.
Mm-hmm. Just get Migno on there.
Why not? He's done everything else this year.
Exactly.
He's done Super Sport the other week as well.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. Like, the only thing I think, because they probably want an Italian on it, would be Vietti.
That would be really interesting. I'd love to see Vietti on it. Just to see. Because he clearly has speed.
Yeah, because Vietti can be replaced by Borja Gomez in the Fantic squad. Borja was actually still racing for Fantic now, but in the European series now, and was on the podium both times this weekend at Aragon. So, yeah.
There you go. Interesting.
But,
I don't know. Be interesting to see how we go. I think, like, you're right though. Petrucci's a pretty obvious choice, but
yeah, I would say
we'll
so.
See. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mentioned Maverick Vinales and Fabio Quartararo earlier.
You did. Tell me more.
So, some more rumours for you. Again, take these with a pinch of salt, please, for the love of God.
I love salt.
The rumours are, but Fabio, here's what I said about the Insta post.
Oh.
Rumours are that Vinales could replace Marquez at Honda.
Nope. Yeah.
And Quartararo could then go to Aprilia.
Oh.
which would be a nice prospect.
That would. I just can't see Vinales trading that Aprilia for anything. Double the salary, triple the salary. Like, I think he knows all too well what it's like to be on an underperforming bike, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I just don't think he'd be like, yeah, I'll try and tame that Honda. I just don't think he would do it.
No, I can't. I don't either.
But I would love to see Fabio on a European bike, shall we say? Like, yeah, that would be good. But yeah, no, I can't see that happening. But you're right. There is a sort of shock Honda seat needing filled. So who's going to fill it? I don't know. And I have seen this stuff. Yes, but oh god. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird one. That is a weird one.
Because people have been like saying Fabio as well, but
no, I don't think so. Although to be fair, like Honda seemed to be trying a little harder than Yamaha.
Yeah, they do, to be fair.
They seem to have taken more steps through testing throughout the year and everything than Yamaha have. So I mean, he might have a little bit more faith in in that camp, but who knows?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Because it's a weird one, because Zarco would be a good spot for it.
Yeah,
but apparently Lucio Cicciniello is quite hesitant to lose Zarco. Even though HRC may get the final say, what I've been told, again, take it with a pinch of salt, is that he signed for both LCR and Honda. So there's a bit of like a weird dynamic there. Then I could think of maybe putting Lecrona on it. And Lecrona, I think, is the first rider since 2008 to ride that Repsol Honda and not have a world championship to their name. Since Okawa in 2008. I never pronounce his name. Okawa, yeah.
Well, I mean, it just goes to show like how over the last decade, even the last 5 years, the Repsol Honda has, or just Honda in general, it's just been the bike that they can't be as selective, shall we say? And like, if Lecona were to, so are we saying Lecona would jump on the Repsol or the LCR?
It depends on Zarco, I think, because he could step on the Repsol, theoretically, and that would make sense. I don't see why that wouldn't be an issue. But Zarco would... Oh, it's Okada. Sorry, it's Okada.
Oh, yeah.
Who doesn't have a world championship, who stepped on the Repsol Honda. That was right.
Okay.
But... So, Lecrona would be a good shot for it.
I think so.
Because he's ridden it. He did actually respectively quite well.
He brought it home at least as well.
He did. And he didn't do too badly.
Yeah, he did.
Like,
and if Lecona were to move specifically to the Repsol Honda as well, who would have been the last rider to move from World Superbikes to a factory MotoGP seat?
Straight to factory. God, that's a good question, because Crutcher didn't. He came to Tech 3. Speed went to Tech 3 as well. Maybe Colin Edwards?
Whoa.
Good to factory Yamaha?
So we're talking like 20 years pretty much, aren't we?
Yeah, that's like, don't quote me. I might just quickly see if I can actually go back through the years.
Oh.
2013.
That would be a bit of a boon, almost. That would be something Lecona would like on his wiki page, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Because you don't see many riders actually jumping that way anymore whatsoever, really.
No, not since the two classes have diverged so much in terms of technology as well.
Yeah, they are worlds apart, really, these days, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be... Again, don't quote me, but I do believe it might be Colin Edwards. Because Jonathan Raya did ride the Repsol, but it
Yeah.
wasn't as a full-time ride. It was just
the
as
wild
a
card.
replacement rider.
Did very well, but anyway, that's another
Did
topic.
very, very well, yeah.
Mhm.
But I can't think of anyone who jumped straight to a factory team from World Supers apart from Colin. Oh, he didn't even do that. Yeah, no, he jumped on the Cube, didn't he? It wasn't Yamaha. He jumped on the Aprilia Cube,
Oh,
which I believe is a factory.
the factory, yeah.
Yeah, it was a factory effort. I'll just triple check.
Technically, not with the same
Yeah, he jumped
prestige.
straight on the. No.
No, yeah.
Straight on the Aprilia RS Cube. Yeah.
Has there
That was a
ever been
bike.
a World Superbike rider who's jumped straight onto a Repsol Honda? I don't know. Has it ever
Have a
happened?
look.
Can have a look.
I don't know. Apart, like as a full-time ride, you mean?
Yeah, it's a full-time ride.
Okay.
I mean, this might not be the most engaging listen for listeners. There's
because
probably someone
Nicky
screaming
Hayden-
the answer. Oh yeah.
Nicky Hayden came from AMA at the time, Superbike. Did the odd Superbike wildcard straight into Repsol Honda.
I think
I'd say Nicky Hayden.
I'm gonna say that counts. I bet there's been someone screaming that at us as well.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably the most recent because Alex Barros doesn't count. I just clicked in, but he was in the 80cc's back in the day.
Nah.
That's how long he's been around.
Right.
80cc class back in 1986. Jeez, I'm gonna
Gosh.
ride you. That is wild. Yeah.
Goodness me.
But yeah, I'd say Nicky Hayden.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Well, there we go. That's satisfied my curiosity. Thank you.
Okay, cool, nice. But yeah, so I said about Instagram post though.
Oh, right.
So Fabio Quartararo, the king of the cryptic, I think he likes doing that. He's put on his Instagram story, and I can see it being a bit of a reach, and I know that, I understand that.
we love
But
a
his
reach.
Instagram story, he has just posted like his phone's lock screen, and said, "Good morning. The time is 9:09 and the 9th of October." So, numbers, a lot of them have meanings. The number 999 signifies completion and new beginnings.
Right.
And he has put 9th and the 9th, and so 9th minute of the 9th hour of the 9th day of the month, which signifies completion and new beginnings. Very
this is on-
cryptic.
This is on his Insta, you say?
Yeah, the Instagram story, yeah.
Oh, his story. Ah.
Yeah, with some
Oh.
like random notes on his lock screen.
And what do all those notes mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. One says fit, one says Akron. I don't know.
Macron? Is he on about the president?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I was just a bit
Interesting.
very intrigued, especially because it's 999. Maybe it's just something completely random or whatever, but yeah, it's interesting to say the least, shall we say?
Yes, I am intrigued, but well, I mean, what's it mean? Where's he going? Like, we've not had a cryptic clue from Maverick Vinales about going to Honda, so like, you know, what? Where are we? Is there a third factory Aprilia on the grid next year? Where am I? Is Aleix retiring? God, what's going on? This has been a very silly season, hasn't it?
It
silly
has.
season.
The fact that, probably the silliest in a long time because Marc Marquez is leaving Honda.
yeah, you're right. Mid-contract as well.
Yeah, like
Sheesh.
wild. But yeah, that was quite an interesting one. I just wanted to slip that in there, Fabio, in his little cryptic post, shall we say?
I wonder what Lauren would have to say about this as a Fabio fan.
Where is she?
Don't know.
Yeah, no.
Anyway,
But yes. Anyway, I think it might be a good time to go on to predictions. I don't know about you.
yep, sounds good.
I haven't got any from Lauren though, which is annoying. But
That means she can like listen to the pod and steal our predictions. Watch her send them at, like after FP1.
Yeah. So she can't input them because she's too late.
Disqualification.
Oh yes. I'm going to start. You can go first on all 3 classes, I think, on this. Yeah.
Me? Me first?
Yeah.
Right. I see your tactic here.
That's right. I've already put my MotoGP pole winners in there. So.
Right. Okay.
So we'll go Moto3 pole first, please.
Give me. Where are we? Mandalika. Is it Mandalika?
Yeah.
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 Or Mandalika, whatever you want to call it. Who's gonna be on pole? I think Messia's just in a run of form now. I think
He is on fire, isn't he?
Yeah. I'll have a bit of Messia, please.
I'm going to put Sasaki. And can I have your 3rd place, please?
Is anyone injured?
I don't think so.
3rd, let's have Vire, please.
Fire, nice. He's been sniffing that podium a while, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. I've gone with David Alonso.
Interesting.
I like it.
Oh, I was gonna go Alonso 2nd. So.
Oh, okay. Are you going with Alonso 2nd still?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Yeah, since you've gone 3rd as well, so might as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep it
Fair
interesting.
I've gone Sasaki. Yeah. And who are you going to win?
Messia, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've gone Messier as well. So that's completely fine. This is interesting though, because we mentioned it a little while ago about Moto2 riders such as Ayagura and Chantra doing well on the flyaways. Obviously Chantra's done pretty darn well.
Yep.
In the last few races, as we saw. Last year at Indonesia, I believe, it was Chantra who won there again.
Yeah, it was.
So, I think he's in a shout with another victory now.
Yes.
Just my thoughts.
Yes.
But I need pole position first.
Well, the thing is, like, when I predict Chantra to be on pole or to win, he doesn't. So I'm damned if I do or damned if I don't.
Honestly, yeah.
Let's have a little bit of on pole. Again, anyone injured that I might not be aware of? Training accidents?
Vietti's carrying an injury, but that's about it.
Yeah, maybe we weren't going to go with him anyway, were we? Let's... Yeah, let's have Chantra on pole. Let's do it.
Nice.
Let's do it.
Okay. I like it. I've got Dixon, you know.
I nearly went Dixon, hence the sort of weird English accent I was just doing, but then I backed out.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So 3rd place, please.
3rd. Do you know what? Let's just get interesting, and you're either gonna run away with the championship, or I'm gonna look like a genius. I mean, our championship, the predictions.
Yeah.
Let's have Joe Roberts for 3rd, please.
Okay. Interesting indeed. Where did he finish last year? He was
11th.
I can't even find him on the championship table. Oh yeah, he was 11th. Yeah. Okay. Interesting choice. I've gone with Arbolino.
Okay. Potentially also an interesting choice.
Yes, depending on how he's feeling that day.
Yeah. Just see if he's got good feelings or not.
Yes. Okay, and 2nd place, please.
I'll have Chantra 2nd.
Okay.
Let's just chill out.
Yeah. Chill. Pump the brakes on that a little bit. Well, I've gone with Acosta 2nd.
Oh, okay.
And who have you gone to win?
I've got Acosta to win because I think...
And I've got Chantra to win.
Oh, man, we keep doing this.
So
we keep swapping 1st, 2nd. Right, okay.
Yeah, we do.
So we've got an outlier for 3rd, and then we've got Chantra and Acosta in 1st and 2nd, but swapped. Interesting. Right.
Yeah.
And Lauren's probably
fun.
got it right and is going to catch up with us.
Lauren's probably gone with Mattia Passini, Fermin Aldeguer, and Marcos Ramirez. No,
Yeah.
no luck. Okay, so MotoGP poll, please.
Right. So we do have injuries to worry about, mainly Ducati people.
We do.
MotoGP pole.
Who was pole last year?
Who was pole last year? Oh, I've not actually checked the weather forecast. I'm not going to do that. That's
It's
taking
sunny.
it too
It's sunny. It's
seriously.
sunny. Otherwise, I'd
gonna
put
be
Miguel.
sunny.
I'd
I know.
put Miguel, but yeah, it's sunny.
That's what I was just thinking.
Fabio was on pole last year.
Fabio was on pole last year. Not going to be this year, though.
Then it was Martin in second.
God, it's hard to ignore Martin, isn't it? Yeah, let's have Martin.
I've also got Martin.
Oh, God.
Right. Sprint race winner, please.
Yeah, sprint race winner. Sprint race winner. Oh, man. I don't know the circuit too well either because I'm not good with the fresh ones. The last MotoGP game I played was MotoGP 20, so
oh my god,
I've not had a shot round it. You know, I've not. Sprint race winner. Let's just go with Bloomin' heck. Let's. Why am I finding this so difficult? Sprint race winner. I'm gonna have to go with Martin because
Martin.
boring. Okay. Yeah.
Interesting. I've also got Martin, so
Oh God,
great,
right. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Third place, please.
Aleix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Espargaro. I've gone with Bagnaia. Second place, please.
I'll have Pecco.
Nice. Okay. I've got Marquez.
M or A?
M.
Right.
A's got broken ribs.
So he does.
Yeah, he's another injured rider. He's trying to race this weekend as well.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy though.
Nope.
Well, for the win, I'll have Martin. I'm going to have another triple.
Great.
Another triple
Thanks.
crown.
I've also got Martin.
Have we gone like we've both gone a triple for Martin? Right. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. And
Bloody hell.
Does mean that we've both predicted Martin to take the championship lead this weekend.
Yeah. I predicted him to take it by 2 points, and you by some
A few
6 more. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Quite interested.
Yeah, I'm excited, but I mean, the time zone's not very exciting.
No, what are the timings for this weekend? I've no idea. Let's have a look.
I think it's GMT +8.
Oh my word.
So,
right.
and we're
FP1,
-7.
FP1 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Last practice is 9 a.m. it finishes. So the races, that's what we want to know. 5, then 6:15, then 8. That's not too bad, to be fair.
It's bad enough for me.
But then it's like the sprint races at 8 a.m. But FP1 for FP3 for Moto 3 starts at 1:30 in the morning. Oh.
Yeah, no, I think I'll rely on catching up with that.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's all right. We've only got 4 more of these weekends like that, so it's fine.
And then Qatar and then Valencia?
Yes.
Oof.
Correct. Yeah, like on Saturday, Moto 3 free practice in Australia starts at 10:30 and the sprint's at 6 a.m. Well, no, 5 a.m.
That's fun.
That's an all-nighter, that, isn't it?
Bloody hell. Yeah, I might have to take the weekend off work. Not going to do that.
Moto 3 race at 1 a.m.
Jeez, yeah, no, I think I'll rely on catching up with those, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, to be honest. Yeah, this is just like it's weird. It feels kind of nice to watch these races in the middle of the night, but it's also because then it means you freeze up your weekend a little bit. But then it's like, God, you are tired the whole weekend.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fun. It's fun. We love it.
We do.
Yeah, I think that's all we've got time for as well on the podcast.
Yep, I'm happy. I feel like I've talked all the
It's
nonsense
not
I
really
had
been
in
much
me.
to talk about. Like, of course, like Marquez and Acosta and all that, but apart from that,
Yeah, like it would have been different if we'd had confirmation on where Marquez was going as well. That would have added a
yeah,
few
that
more
would have been
minutes,
better.
but
Yeah,
hey, that just gives us more to talk about next time, maybe.
exactly. We may get an announcement this weekend.
That'd be cool.
That would be very cool.
Yeah. Sweet.
Sweet. I think that's everything. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. Bye,
Yeah.
everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.